What is it about Barcelona and throwing away 3-goal leads lately? After Lionel Messi and co chucked away a 4-1 first-leg lead to lose to Roma in the Champions League this month, their youngsters almost did something very similar in this thriller-minute UEFA Youth League semi. They led 10-man Manchester City 5-2 at the interval and looked like they'd ring up double figures. Yet somehow they spent 5 anxious minutes of second half stoppage time clinging on for dear life at just 5-4 ahead after City launched what was almost the most sensational of comebacks. Even amid this avalanche of goals, it wasn't difficult to pinpoint the decisive moment. The 36th minute sending off of Manchester City's Lorenzo Gonzalez, for a second bookable offence, ultimately proved fatal to their hopes of reaching a first Youth League final. That particular challenge, on Barcelona's Miranda, was worthy of a yellow card. The true contention here was the call by referee Al-Aragayev of Azerbaijan to book Gonzalez in the 9th minute for a foul on Miranda that was innocuous at best. When Gonzalez walked off, City trailed 3-2, having played their full part in a kamikaze first half that saw both attacks going hammer and tongs at one another and the art of defensive football trashed. Having come from behind twice already, there was no reason why City couldn't do it a third time. But for a wonder save from Barca keeper Ignacio Pena, they might have led 3-2 themselves. Being reduced to 10 men in such circumstances was therefore a complete travesty for this semi-final, but, thanks to City's spirit after the break, the entertainment somehow didn't suffer. Barcelona are nothing if not ruthless, and by half-time they had scored 5. Carlos Perez led the way with 2, while Alex Goyado, Ricard Puig and Alejandro Marques also got in on the act. 3 of them were created by the outstanding right-back Mateo Mori. City, who'd twice equalized thanks to Joel Ladabodier and Lucas Meka, continued to fight, to their immense credit, and Rabbi Matondo made it 5-3 with 20 minutes left. And when Meka scored again 5 minutes before the close, the impossible almost became reality. Relief was etched on the faces of the Barcelona players when the final whistle finally blew. But the reality is that playing a Barcelona team, even their under-19s, with 11 men is hard enough. Playing them with 10 men and winning is nigh on impossible. City did awesomely well to get so close, but ultimately ran out of time and puffed out. If this had been an 11 versus 11 contest throughout, surely City would have won it? Manchester City, 3-4-2-1, Grimshaw, Martret, Ladabodier, Francis, Gonzalez, Dele Bashiru, Pozo, Matondo 46, Bolton, Gar 66, F. Meka, Doyle 79, Poveda, L. Meka, C. Substitutes not used, Sokol, G.K., Dehaney, Wilson, Diallo coach, Simon Davis scorers, Ladabodier 20, L. Meka 24, 85, Matondo 70 booked, Gonzalez, Ladabodier sent off, Gonzalez Barcelona, 4-3-3, Pena, Mori, Jamie 73, Mingueza, C, Comas, Branderas 87, Miranda, Orellana, Mora 79, Collado, Puig, Ruiz, Marques, Perez substitutes not used, Karavic, G.K., Garcia, Tugranov, Mortimer coach, Francisco Pimienta scorers, Perez 10, 42, Collado 23, Puig 32, Marques 44 referee, Al-Aragayev, Azerbaijan. But as it is, Barcelona will take on Chelsea in a mouth-watering Youth League final on Monday evening, and the battle royale between the 2 leading English academies isn't to be. City's cause wasn't helped by the UEFA regulation that states a player becomes ineligible for the Youth League as soon as they have chalked up 3 appearances in the Champions League. Obviously it's a good thing that Pep Guardiola keeps a keen eye on the performances of the next generation, and is so willing to promote them. But it meant City were deprived of key men Phil Foden and Brahim Diaz for this one. The first yellow card shown to Gonzalez, after 9 minutes, wasn't really noticed because it was swiftly followed by Barcelona's opening goal. They had started on the front foot, and when Mori lofted a through pass over the head of Edward Francis to spring Perez into the clear, there was no catching him. Perez hasn't missed too many chances in this year's competition, and his low shot was inch perfect to evade the legs of keeper Daniel Grimshaw. There was then a 10-minute lull before a bonkers spell of 3 goals in 4 minutes as any notion of defensive competence was tossed away. Firstly, City leveled when Ladabodier soared unchallenged in the box to thunder home Iker Pozo's searching corner, leaving Pena clutching at thin air. Not that the lead lasted too long. Ladabodier fouled Miranda right on the edge of the box and picked up a booking. Collado stood over the ball and shaped as though to curl it over the wall. Instead he whipped a low shot around the City wall and into the bottom corner. Their celebrations didn't last too long. Back roared City, with Felix Meka's pass finding its way to his brother Lucas, who controlled neatly and swept home left-footed into the far corner. 2-2. Remarkably, City could easily have then been in front, Such was the volatile nature of proceedings. Lucas Mecca got a good connection to a right-side cross, only for keeper Pena, miraculously, to turn it over the bar from point-blank range. It would prove costly as Barcelona restored their lead not long afterwards. The dangerous Mori again pushed up and showed tenacity to cross from the byline. City failed to deal with it and eventually Puig finished with composure from a few yards. Gonzalez was sent off on 36 minutes, so if City could have seen out the remaining 9 until half-time, they might have been able to stabilize things. Instead, Barca went right for the jugular. 3 minutes before the break and Perez was on hand to ram the ball home after Grimshaw had done superbly to save from marks at the other side of the goal mouth. That was the 7th goal Perez had scored in this season's Youth League, and if he was having a late tilt at the 10 scored by leading scorer Ivan Ignatiev of Krasnodar, then fair play to him. 4 was bad enough, but 5 was as daunting as scaling one of the alpine peaks that frame the vista from the Stade Colovry barefooted. It was the troublesome Mori that supplied the long ball to release marks through the heart of City's back line, and he finished with a little dink reminiscent of some other Barcelona player. City switched to a 5-3-1 at halftime to try and spare complete humiliation, and they did succeed in stemming the flow of goals. Naturally, they found it tough going forward, but Tom Dele Bashir did force Pena into another save. And with Barcelona taking their foot off the gas, substitute Matondo drilled home a third for City with 20 minutes remaining. When Mecca pounced on a mistake by Malcomas to reduce the arrears to just the 1 goal with 5 minutes left, people were starting to truly believe.